Once it learns from itself, we're fucked.
We're always driven towards efficiency. If we don't need 8 billion people, just cut that back. We'll just put estrogen in the water, make sure everyone's infertile, make sure everyone doesn't even want kids.
Let's implement these distractions so they don't even know.
Yeah. I know so many women that say, I don't want kids.
What's up, guys? Welcome back to the 1% podcast, the best self-improvement podcast in Australia.
That's right.
Whether you agree or not.
It's not.
Today we've got Will, we've got Hayden on the other side.
usual.
We're missing Rory again, but he's back next episode. He's currently sick. Next episode should be live. We're really keen for that. We're going to take in live calls. There's going to be a bunch of stuff going on, and I just think it's going to be better in general because it's going to be more interactive. I'll be able to talk to you guys live, so we'll have the screen up here and we'll just be able to talk to you guys, get live feedback, so that's going to be pretty awesome. But first, let's discuss what we're going to be talking about this episode. So AI. Quick disclaimer, this is going to be more of a conversation, a discussion rather than an informative podcast because
I know fuck all about AI.
we're no AI engineers. I think we
I
need
have some theories, but that's about it.
we need to get Jamos on the episode. He's currently delving into the
true.
AI agency space. And I've been picking up a little bit of information from his videos. But yeah, disclaimer, we really don't know much about AI, but I do incorporate it into my businesses, and actually quite a large chunk of my productivity is reliant on that, on
massive.
on the tools AI is providing right now. Already. So we're going to discuss what's happening in the future with AI, what's going on right now with AI, how you can utilize AI to benefit your business or your life currently, and we're just going to be talking everything AI. But first, we asked you guys, every episode we do a Q&A. I only asked you about an hour ago, so there's only a few that have come in. First one, also best one, we'll get a free shaker cup, and I'll let you know. What are the biggest mistakes you see young men making in today's generation?
I would say worrying about women too much, not chasing the bag, and just overindulging in alcohol.
Yeah.
Probably those three things.
Depends where you live. I think in Australia we have
Australia, that's
unique
big.
issues.
Yeah, I think drinking's a lot bigger of an issue here, and it pretty much cripples every young guy here.
Yeah.
Pretty much just destroys anything. Like, if they were going to do something, then the alcohol just cut that completely off. Because most guys get into it about 16 to 18.
Even younger.
I got into it at 15, yeah. And then once they find the alcohol and the partying, it's over from there. They're not progressing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say in general it's hard because everyone's going to make mistakes when they're young, and that's just how it is. You're young and dumb. There's nothing you can really do about it. But I think, a lot of it will be not in the mindset of setting themselves up long term.
Yeah.
Or because
Present thinking.
people are stuck in that zone where they can't put their mind further into the future. It's just impossible for them to think maybe 5 years in the future or even a year in the future. And that'll be the biggest thing that will fuck you up, because the one thing that saved me a lot and gave me opportunities to start businesses and stuff is the fact that I've thought long term
100%.
about saving money now, putting in the hard work now. It's basically just the mistake of not implementing delayed gratification, I think, is the biggest one for me.
Yeah.
And
People are too in love with having fun, like just on the spot.
yeah, a biggest mistake also, I think, is listening to what everyone else thinks about them.
And listening to people who are stuck in a situation that are like not good, in my opinion.
Not fully accepting who they are inside, I think, is a
Yeah.
big one.
Yeah.
Like, a lot of people just get are controlled by the external opinions of others.
Yeah.
Genuinely,
But like the way
that
society
controls their life. You
like
know
the
what I
way
mean?
society is, like people,
For me, I've never conformed to that, but I've just
Yeah.
been lucky. I was just sort of wired like that, I think.
Yeah, I also think like the term live in the moment is fucking over glorified and overused, because when you do live in the moment, you do things that only benefit you momentarily. It usually fucks you in the future.
But people
Pretty much of the
can't.
time.
I don't think a lot of people can escape that thought process of that, and that's a big thing. I find very hard to teach people is to get out of that, because in their head, they feel as if that's what they want to do.
Yeah,
You can't tell someone not to do something that they want to do.
Exactly,
You
yeah.
know, they don't care. They don't want to hear
Yeah.
it, and they're not going to implement anything.
I just know my thought process beforehand. I don't know if anyone can relate to this, but it was like, I don't need to do anything to set myself up for future, because something's going to come and save me.
Yes.
Something's going to pop up. Something's randomly going to happen. I'm going to be A-okay, whatever I do. But like, realistically, if you don't do anything about your situation, it's never getting better, and it'll probably just get worse.
Yeah.
That's the reality of it. And yeah, I think just not thinking future in future tense and trying to set yourself up early.
Yeah.
biggest mistake.
What you said earlier as well, not worrying about women, I think that is an important thing to touch on as well. People can mistake that. We were discussing this last podcast. It's not that you have to like push women away. There are going to be women in your life, and it's always great to have women in your life, obviously. And on your journey to self-improvement, you're going to attract
But that's an
women.
addition. That's an addition.
As an addition, you never want... The problem I have is when they take away from your life. When they start being more of a negative than a positive, really.
Yeah.
Women are great when they're an addition.
It should be just like
You know
a
what I'm
DLC pack. It should
pretty
be
much.
part of the main
They're a great
storyline.
compliment.
Especially, maybe obviously when you get older and you get married, you have kids or whatever, you actually...
You make sacrifices and stuff.
Yeah. But when you're young, the only thing you should be thinking about is setting yourself up. And women, if they're a distraction to you, don't worry about it.
They just don't matter as much as...
They don't.
A lot of unexperienced young people, and I know you could probably say, oh, I'm unexperienced or whatever. I've had my fair share. And people just get way too invested. And then, but what happens with that is they get so invested that when it all does go south, which it obviously is going to because you're young and women want to have fun and experience other things just like you, when that does happen, it's the end of the world. It derails them from their purpose, derails them from everything they want to do. It's really just a big distraction, to be honest. But we'll move on to the next question.
Yeah. So lengthy enough.
We're only going to do 3 questions, I think. No, we'll do 4 actually, but it's because we spend a lot of time on it. But that's right. Biggest hardship you've went through on the journey so far. It's hard because there's been fucking so many.
Yeah, I can't pinpoint one
There's
exactly.
been so many.
I shouldn't even think about this one. I don't know.
The best what, sorry?
The most hardship you've...
I think mine was going broke, to be honest. When I had that financial window and then I got banned and that whole thing.
I think I'm in it right now. Trying to manage everything. Trying to manage a full-time job, gym, boxing, starting a personal brand.
Yeah.
That is... I'm probably... Like, the point where I'm in...
Stuck
and doing
in
this
the mud.
podcast, obviously. I'm probably in the hardest point. Like,
Yeah.
I reckon I'm going through it right now. Because shit's hard, bro.
Like just getting things started. They always say people who are successful, the hardest thing is getting started, and that's where I'm at now. Just getting started.
But notice how we're going through the hardest part, but it doesn't. We don't present that right now.
No,
like a lot of people get like emotional about it.
Hard. It's more like it's just not. It's nothing feels like it's happening.
Yeah.
Nothing feels like it's going on because it's just you just started. You're not going to see really good results when you just started.
Yeah, like,
that's why I think it feels hard, especially if people fully drop what they're doing to start their business. Like but we have jobs like at the moment, so I think that's why it's not as hard for us.
Yeah, I definitely... Because I know in the future, I'm going to look back to this time now and be like, that 100% was the hardest. Like, I don't have a life outside of literally just working. I don't go out. I only hang with friends if I'm literally like lifting or something.
Yeah, whether it's doing a task we've already done.
I have zero relaxing or any of that shit. Like, right now is... Yeah, I'm like the definition of grinding
It's either like what we're pretty much doing at the moment is either just like a gym, which is improving ourselves, and you guys have the boxing or the surfing, which is just like a side on improving our fitness and health. But it is we like doing it, and then work. That's it. That's all we do. And this is the hardest it's gonna get.
It's the hardest it's ever gonna be.
Yeah,
it's as hard as it's gonna be. I'm working more than 16 hours. Like, if I'm actually thinking about productive stuff, it's like closer to 20 hours a day or 19 hours a day because I'm not even getting 8 hours of sleep at the moment. So yeah, I think right now is definitely the hardest part. Yeah, like I actually reckon I'm losing hair because of the stress. I'm not gonna lie.
Nah, bro.
I'm receding, bro. I'm like, yeah.
Is our hair receding or are we just born like this? Because I looked at my ID when I was young.
Receding.
Bro,
so you reckon we should get on test anyway?
We should call it the receded hairline podcast.
Cool guys, we have no hairline. We should get hands on. No, first man.
First man. Bald guy, yeah.
I think the hardest part for me, I'm past it for sure. Maybe not. I don't know. Well, I went broke. I went broke because I went all in on the business. I didn't have a job or nothing. I saved, it was like 15K or whatever, and I fucking drained all the funds.
Yeah.
Literally all the funds. I've bounced back now, but I was fully just chasing my thing. But the biggest thing that got me and made me like so fucking irritated, angry, and whatever was I did all that. I was making insane progress like I knew I would. I was making making a lot of sales. I got 130K in a couple months. I was growing the personal brand, and then I just got vanished from the internet. And this has happened, completely banned, business tarnished because of that, because that was my only, which is the mistake I made. This is all my fault. But before that, I had a bunch of other micro things. Like when the YouTube got hacked, I had 13K on there, was growing. That got hacked, everything deleted. And then before that was an Instagram account I was growing, but I only just recently remembered that. But yeah, every time I try to start something, I just get vanished.
You also did.
This is something
your bank accounts also.
Oh, and also my bank account every time, like lost thousands and thousands of dollars.
You're still trying to get $2,000.
I'm still trying to get my $2,000 back. Got hacked from someone in Singapore or something.
No, they don't fucking care.
Cops take your money.
The cops
Don't
are
give back
making
the
money.
money.
They don't care.
They really
They're
don't
not trying
give
to
a
get
shit.
anyone's money back. They're just trying to take it, bro.
I haven't even heard back from them.
Yeah.
Next thing, where do you see yourself in 10 years? Actually, we've already been asked this one. I'm pretty sure.
10 years.
This is another one.
I'll be
Watch last podcast, boys. I'm not wasting time.
I'll be unfathomably rich.
Watch the last podcast.
Okay, and I got a question on my Instagram. How's your perspective on life changed in the past 2 years? That's a good one because the last 2 years has definitely been when I've made the biggest switch in terms of my lifestyle, my mindset, pretty much everything.
For sure.
I'm a whole different person. My perspective on life, it's definitely been that, like, my perspective on life before was just enjoy everything. Everything needs to be great. I need to be happy all the time. Just as long as I'm having fun all the time, life's good. Mm-hmm. Now it's definitely, like we were talking about before, future thinking. Mm-hmm. How do I set myself up perfectly? How do I be the best man possible? I wasn't trying to improve before. I was just trying to fucking get dopamine.
Yeah.
That's definitely mine. Just going from present thinking to future thinking. That's definitely the biggest perspective shift.
The biggest one I've noticed for me is I've always thought, like, if someone's good at something, they were just born with, like, a kind of a gift. And I always thought that, and now that I've just, gym is the big reason for this, but I now know that no matter how good you are when you first start, if you just put in the effort and just keep doing it over and over and over and over again, you will get extremely good at it and better than everyone else. That's what it's like that with literally everything.
Everything.
Like everything. I know some people are born better than others at different.
Of course,
shit.
there's genetic predispositions.
But if you put in, if you're like the worst at it when you first start, if you put in all that effort for years at a time, you could become the best.
Yeah,
like that's the biggest thing I've noticed.
I'm in the middle of scripting a video with Francis, talking about how Francis Ngannou came from a sand mine, had to fucking escape through the Sahara Desert just to get to France to be homeless, and then became heavyweight champion and beat the best boxer in the world, heavyweight boxer.
That is next level.
Like,
dude,
if he can do it, anyone can.
And that is also the biggest drainer in this society. People don't do shit because they get told, like, oh, he was born with a gift. Or like he was born.
Yeah, like he's gifted. He's gifted. Yes, you can be a little better.
But it's like if you just put in the work and just do not stop no matter what, even if you don't feel like it, you will improve and it will benefit you. Even if it's not making you money, it will benefit you in a way in the future.
There's nothing wrong with improvement. Improvement will always be better for you.
Yes.
To answer the question for myself, the past 2 years have probably been the biggest change in my entire life, to be honest. It was really as soon as I started going to gym, I think. But I think
gym is the gateway.
It's the gateway, but I think that was also, and then the diet as well, also completely switched up because I think I've never got my levels done, but I'm definitely higher test than I was.
I think we ever realized just the
which is like in what internally changed in me, but also changed my mindset in real life. Because before I was sort of in like I was so emotional. I was so emotional, and for those of you who don't know, I've shared this story before, but I was like heavy on, I was smoking weed every day, twice a day, as much as I could. I did a lot of psychedelics, a lot of drugs, and I was stuck in this just complete and utter, my brain was elsewhere. It really wasn't. I was so distracted. And then I got dialed in, and then everything, I'm just so fucking dialed in on everything I'm doing. There's no emotion. I won't wake up thinking, do I feel this? Do I feel that?
Yeah.
You just do it.
I reckon what made it, which changed you wasn't gym, it was youth market.
Yeah, that too. Finding my purpose again.
That was before,
Finding my purpose again.
Before gym, and you started. That was when you were like getting better.
Yeah.
And then gym.
That's why I promote so much finding a purpose, because a lot of people realize when they find their purpose or the mission that they want to do, they naturally step away from their old lifestyle anyway, because they realize what they really should be doing.
It's not beneficial to achieving what they want to do.
It's not beneficial to achieving what they want to do.
A lot better when you do
exactly.
Do it.
Like, I feel like a man now. I feel, and I am getting external respect from other people, and I'm becoming like the man. Yeah. Rather before, I just felt ashamed of like who I was. I was just like, I was no one.
Yeah, I think what you said puts it perfectly for me as well. Switching from emotional thinking to logical.
Yeah.
I don't.
Which the emotional people watching this will be like, will be almost getting offended at that. And I know that because they'll be like, logical, how do you just logically think, You can do it. You really do once you increase your test, once you get dialed in, clean diet, get your fitness in check. People don't understand that their body is how they feel.
Go sober
your gut is wired to your brain. Yeah, it's not talked about enough, but that's why we talk about it, because that's really just what changed our lives.
It's also one of the reasons I went pretty much completely sober for last year. It's just like, you have consistency. You have consistency of your mindset. You're not waking up on Sundays like hungover, thinking everything's shit. What the fuck's going on? Just consistency. Yeah, and that's Those are the questions. I would give the shaker cup to. What do you think was the best question? That last one, I think, definitely the perspective shift. 100%.
Yeah, perspective shift for sure. I enjoyed that one, and I think that might help a few people too.
Thinking, bro.
So let's talk AI, artificial intelligence.
Yep.
The rise has been in the past couple of years, but really only just this year. I think it's really picked up, and you've started seeing a lot of creator tools and stuff like that.
Yep.
When it was first brought to the attention of the world that AI might be the future, a lot of people thought it would take all of the blue collar jobs first. All of the tradesmen, the bricklayers, the carpenters, all that. But it's actually the reverse effect. No one thought it would take the creative jobs because they're always like, you can't, it's you creating it. You can't get a bot. But that's what has happened first.
The amount of times I've heard that AI voice on fucking TikToks and YouTubes.
I've never understood how people would say, like, with the taking over the trade jobs, that would be so much harder to do because you have to create a robot then the AI.
But the way we think that's just easier because it's just a machine. You know what I mean?
That sounds hard.
Whether with the creative jobs, it's more like you have to think about it. But they forget that artificial intelligence is intelligent. Like it's artificial intelligence.
What a human knows, they know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Can I also mention that I literally, if I want to find something out now, I've learned that it's way quicker to just ask ChatGPT than to even go on Google. Because with Google, you've got sponsored results, you've got Wikipedia, you've got blogs and all this shit that just overcomplicates it.
And people pay.
And people, like that's something like the sponsored stuff. Yeah. I asked ChatGPT a question, it gives it to me straight away. I've been using it so much recently, especially because I'm working on projects that require me to actually do like some research and stuff. Like I'm working on a video about Conor McGregor and how he manifested his success. And I wanted to find this one part from this interview. I was like, I knew he said it somewhere, but I had no clue where. I looked it up on Google, tried to find it on YouTube, could not find it for the life of me. And I had thought, I'm like, wait, well, I'll ask ChatGPT. Like, when did Conor McGregor say this? Gave me the exact timestamp of the exact interview when he said it.
That is next level.
Just went on YouTube, bang, there it was.
Never had opportunities like that before.
Yep.
For instance, the tools we've been using for our own businesses, the descriptions you see on the podcast, any of the video descriptions.
Half my scripts for my videos.
I used to use them for my thumbnails. All the short form clips are from AI. All it does is just gets a bunch of it. I don't know how it does it, but it finds the key moments where you would have a viral clip, and it does work quite well. And it will find these 30-second to a minute clips all throughout your podcast, give you like 20 of them, subtitles and everything done. A lot of people will know about that. You can use Opus Pro. There's a few other ones, Video, if you guys are interested in doing it yourself. And that's next level. We've never had an opportunity to do that before. You would spend a whole day doing that before that came out.
Yep. You can make a video only with AI. You can get an AI to make the script, an AI to read the script out, an AI to generate the images, an AI to make the subtitles, an AI to edit it, and then just post it.
And you can also get AI to make a avatar, a 3D model of an avatar, and read it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, that too, yeah.
So you don't actually need to do anything.
Have you seen Kwebbelkop's...
What the fuck are humans for then?
That's what I'm saying. We're going to get onto that too, how useless humans are.
Have you seen Kwebbelkop's new channel? So he's AI'd his voice, made an AI avatar, put it in a little webcam, makes up random... he has the gameplay, then the AI watches the gameplay, reads out a script that makes sense for his style of video.
Damn, that's crazy. That's actually really smart.
His videos now are just this little AI avatar.
Is that for mass production, is it?
Wait, what does he...
And he just mass produces videos.
So what does he do for the... So he doesn't even record at all?
I'm not sure.
He just does gameplay.
haven't really seen it. I've just heard about it. I'm not sure if he does the gameplay or if it's just old gameplay. But he doesn't really do anything. It's just the AI avatar. But yeah, what it is it's a VTuber, virtual YouTuber. So it uses his voice, but everything else is just generated.
I've seen a lot of documentary style YouTubers using this formula.
Yep.
And I think the main incentive to do that would be mass production.
And
It's so quick. You don't need to do anything. You don't need to show your face. And AI is better than humans at finding things that work.
Yep.
So I've noticed it's better at giving me viral clips than me selecting it myself or paying someone else to try find the clips.
Yep.
It picks up the keywords, picks up the context, puts it in a video, and that is what works.
I don't think we'll get to the point where everyone won't have jobs, because it was like this with like internet and shit. Like I remember people years ago were like, oh, the jobs are going to go. But because there was new technology coming in, new jobs opened up.
Yeah.
Like I reckon there will be more. It's just people have to start like, you know, building themselves up to get to get the job and research.
I don't think that's the case. I think it would definitely, yeah. Because so AI is different from anything we've ever had. When it first came in introduction, I knew it was going to stay around. Because AI is just an advanced human. It's artificial intelligence. And once the AI starts learning from the AI, we are all fucked. And I'm telling you that, we're all fucked. Because humans learn from humans, right? We learn from ourselves. But as once AI really starts picking up and learning from itself, we're fucked. Because technology, well, I don't know. I think people are going to regret it because
Elon Musk is trying to stop it.
Yeah, we've seen how quick technology evolves. Like we had Pong back when
50
years ago. Let's say, for instance, we had next to nothing. 50 years ago, we had nothing, right?
In the 90s, it wasn't even that.
But let's say 50 years ago, we had nothing, like no computer games. Now you have VR headsets, indistinguishable from reality. There's a lot of people.
100 years from now,
you can't even tell the difference with a lot of these tools, right? Humans 50 years ago weren't that different. We really weren't. Like with the way we do things, 50 years ago, laying bricks. This is a job I had for 4 years. Laying bricks was the exact same. It was the exact same 50 years ago.
Imagine as soon as AI can lay bricks,
once
every bricklayer would be sacked.
This is another thing. These blue collar jobs will eventually be taken as well. I used to get told all the time that, you know, you should stick around in the bricklaying apprenticeship because you're going to be worth heaps because no one wants to do it. I say, is that not telling you something else? If no one wants to do it, we're going to make a machine do it. It's not going to be worth anything because we're going to be replaced by a bricklaying robot, which already exists.
It's the most replaceable job ever.
It's the most replaceable job you can think of. Same with carpentry, same with any other trade. Everyone's like, there's a future in it. There isn't. A robot will take its place because it doesn't use resources, it doesn't complain, it's cheaper to run, doesn't eat food, doesn't need breaks, can go 12 hours, 24 hours, all the time.
Every factory hand job, gone.
Doesn't need petrol, doesn't need a car, nothing.
Yep.
We don't need those blue collar jobs once those are introduced. Everyone always said it. I'm thinking every time I got told that, no, there isn't. There's already a bricklayer tool that exists. All it needs is advancements.
Yeah.
And we've seen how fast technology advances compared to humans. In fact, humans are going the opposite direction. Technology is going that direction.
Yep. There's 8 billion people on this earth. And I actually heard this theory. I think Andrew Tate was talking about it. And usually I'm like super skeptical about everything Andrew Tate says. You know, he's like plugging his course all the time.
Yeah, a lot of it's just
But this makes a lot of sense. This is a wild conspiracy. But it's like, so we're actually on the brink of a population collapse. Our population is going to start decreasing because a lot of guys are actually infertile because of the lifestyle changes.
I have been saying this for podcasts. They lace the food with estrogen.
Well, the water's got estrogen in it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I genuinely think, and also less people just want kids. Yeah. I know so many women that say, I don't want kids.
Yeah, society promotes you to be selfish.
Exactly.
And also, I heard the water actually, even for people who do want to have kids, I heard the water actually can sometimes
kill your kid, yeah.
Kill your kid.
Of course it can. Pregnant women shouldn't have tap water months and months before they get pregnant.
Yeah.
So I genuinely think our population is going to decrease. And I also think the government somewhat want that.
Yeah,
they want that because think about it. All these I want that too. Think about all these jobs like factory hands, tradies, whatever. We won't need those, and then those people, well, they don't have a purpose. Mm-hmm. Realistically, they're just using resources.
Like we know people that have jobs doing this all day, stapling things. Yeah. You are so replaceable; it's not even funny.
Yeah,
and they'll replace you with something that doesn't need food, doesn't need coffee. Doesn't need to use all the resources like petrol and everything, water, all the rest of it.
Yep.
It's just replaceable. So I think if you really want to make the most of today's society, you need to focus on making yourself irreplaceable.
Yeah.
That is what you need to do. Make yourself irreplaceable. Think, can a machine replace me? Can someone else just pay a machine to replace me? Because it's going to get to that. I 100% know it will.
I also think there will be a little bit of an industry that opens up for managing AI.
There will definitely be an AI industry. Well, it already is.
Already sort of is. Like, you could argue a content creator is somewhat managing AI.
Yep.
I'm using it heaps now. I'm properly taking advantage of it. I'm using it to get facts for my scripts, even just writing parts of my scripts. I'm using it to... I used to use it to do my subtitles or whatever.
Yep.
The whole AI thing. I mean, I think it still uses that, doesn't it? On DaVinci Resolve.
Yeah, it still does. Yeah.
So I still use AI to get my subtitles.
Do you reckon AI will be able to come up with new inventions, though, to help to benefit humans?
Yes. Once it starts learning from itself, it'll be way more intelligent than humans. It already is. It already is.
No, but AI doesn't do human shit.
What do you mean?
So it doesn't do what humans do. All
Like
they
what?
do is like learn about, but like everyday tasks. Like they don't brush their teeth, they don't get in cars, they don't do shit like that.
Because they don't need to.
Yeah, but that means they probably won't be able to think of shit that will help humans in that way.
But they have that knowledge from every single article online ever, and then it starts learning from its own knowledge. That's what I'm saying.
An article like that won't exist because the product that they're trying to think of doesn't exist yet. That's what I'm trying to think of. Will AI be able to think of new stuff that will benefit humans?
Yeah.
Even if a human hasn't thought of it, because AI doesn't live like a human. It's AI.
AI can learn from itself. AI can learn from everything that humans have ever done.
But they don't do things.
Artificial intelligence is humans, but it isn't human. It is human because humans program it.
AIs don't like. I don't know.
I'm not understanding. It knows everything that a human knows and more.
I get that. But a product that hasn't been invented yet that only will benefit a human, not an AI. How will an AI think of that when the human is...
Because an AI has a well-known understanding of what a human's daily routine is.
An AI knows more about humans than you do. It has every piece of information on the internet available to it.
So let's say this AI has the information about, I don't know, optimizing your morning routine. It will think of ways to optimize that more, like maybe cut out brushing your teeth for 5 minutes because it's not that valuable or some shit.
And you said how are they going to do stuff to help with everyday tasks? It can. You go on ChatGPT, you ask, how do I do this? How do I do this? It will give you straight away the answer.
No, but that stuff was already out. I'm talking about brand new stuff that has never ever been invented. For example, the thing I'm making.
Self-driving cars.
No, the thing that I'm making. How would AI come out with that?
It could. It could.
Definitely could.
Look it up. Have you actually been on ChatGPT and actually just studied it? It can tell you shit that would blow your fucking mind.
Yeah, but stuff.
It can create whole new things. It can think of whole
AI
new
is not
ideas.
AI is not like it's just bringing up. It knows that
it knows.
I'm saying
It works
once
like a
it
brain.
learns from itself, we're fucked. So I keep saying once it learns from itself, which it can, we are fucked.
Okay.
Because it's no different to a human.
And it's not like a Google result.
That's what I'm saying. It's not like it's just rehearsing results. It's coming up with its own conclusions based on knowledge it has.
Do you reckon it'll go to the stage where, like in Terminator, where it thinks that we're like a threat to the Earth because we are killing Earth, and it starts like killing.
So I think, what if we create? Because I know there's already robots that exist. I don't know if you've seen the modern robots today, the actual human robots.
I've seen them.
What happens when you plug AI into that?
That exists.
That is scary. That is Chappie. Chappie?
Once they learn off, what you said, AI, that is when we get bad.
Once AI starts having input in the robotics industry, we're fucked. Because you know how we're talking about how AI, like robot AI that can replace physical jobs. That's more right now down to, I think, people making robotics.
Yeah.
But I think once AI can work in robotics and create robots itself.
Yeah, what happens when robots can create robots?
That's what I'm saying. If the AI is merged, if that's merged into physical robots,
we're actually all fucked.
And then the robots start having sex and they start making new robots. I don't know.
It's legit real life Terminator.
I don't know where it's going to head, man.
I know where it's going to head. It's only going to get bigger. A lot of people mistake AI for some of the fads we've had, like NFTs, cryptos, pumps and dumps and stuff like that. It's not. It's a whole different thing.
It's like the internet, but next level.
It's not like it's just here and then it's going to go. It's only going to get bigger because that's the nature of technology.
And also, it is beneficial to humans, like when it comes to just normal work. And then it'll get to the point where it's like,
I'm already using it, and I would suggest you guys, because a lot of people will reject the idea of AI. They'll be like, oh, it's AI, it's fucking modern. I don't want to, you know. You are going to lose. You are going to lose. There's already businesses killing you because they have access to AI technology. Like, you will get fucked if you reject the idea of AI.
If I'm using AI to write my scripts for videos and you're not, I'm going to be doing it quicker. I'm going to be doing it more efficiently. And my facts are probably going to be more accurate than yours. Same goes for everything. It's either kill or be killed. If AI can help you do tasks, then why not use it?
How long do you think, if we're talking realistically, will it take for people to really start losing their jobs?
Within 5 years, I think.
Well, it's only been a year.
It's been around for a long time, but it's been a year that it's really started to pick up with the introduction of things like ChatGPT.
That's existed, but they've just made it public, by the way, guys.
Yeah. But it's just this year it's massively picked up.
Also, what do they have, you know, in the vault that we don't know of?
There's a massive update coming to ChatGPT.
They could have something that all they have to do is press a button.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, well, it's the same with everything. Like, for instance, every time a video game drops, those graphics are actually from when they started making the game.
Yeah.
So you know how they say GTA 5's graphics are insane for, like, when it first came out? Was it 2013?
2013.
But they were making those graphics in probably like 2009.
Yeah, exactly.
If you think about it like that. So if you think about what the AI that we have available today, imagine what they're working on now.
Like, ChatGPT is probably the crumbs of the big invention that they've got.
Yeah, the people that are working on AI are probably looking at ChatGPT like, oh, outdated, it's slow, inefficient. They've probably got GPT 2.0 or something going out.
I think
that's crazy. Man.
I think a lot of people just think they're safe in hands of the government and hands of society.
They don't care about you.
They don't take any initiative towards their own life. They're in the hands of the higher ups. Like, they're just like in the hand. They're just like, yeah, whatever happens.
They want the population
whatever happens,
to
happens.
The higher ups don't want 8 billion people in this world.
It's not like they're gonna walk around with guns and exterminate you.
They'll do it without you noticing.
Things they'll do without you noticing, like, they're already doing it. You go down to the shopping center, you go down anywhere, all of a sudden everyone's fat. All of a sudden, like, all the guys have tits, you know, gynecomastia. All of a sudden, no one can have kids. Everyone was having kids back in the day. People were having 10 kids, 11 kids way, way, way back.
Yeah.
These days, a lot of men, I think more than you will realize, are infertile. Same with women. A lot of them can't have kids because of their shitty fucking diets, their shitty living situations or habits.
And that's not out of random.
It's not random.
There's somewhat a intent there by the general higher up.
This is why I said we brush over it, like, in a lot of podcasts about whether I think the whole diet thing is intentional, or, you know, putting all of these foods at eye level, making them so available at checkouts, and the fact that everyone's eating like shit right now, whether you thought that was intentional to degenerate the society. And you said it was more just an economy thing.
Yeah.
Which I think it still is, just an economy thing. But the economy also flourishes when there's not as many people fucking using all the resources and needing so much.
I think people think it's like a crazy theory when when you start talking about this stuff, but
Kind of makes sense.
but like, think about 100 years ago. None of these modern day problems like the obesity, these mental health crisis, all this crazy shit, the infertility, like, this wasn't a thing. It wasn't discussed. It wasn't even, you wouldn't even think about it. And it's like when people have these mental disorders or these problems or this depression or whatever, they think it's in my genetics. I'm born to be like this. Well, then why wasn't it like that 100 years ago?
You know what? They
They
haven't even thought of that or had any sort of critical thinking at all, because they've all just been blindfolded by all the distractions.
Yeah, exactly.
Like, they're too distracted by fucking everything, bro. Yeah. No critical thinking goes on, and I know this firsthand from talking to people.
Zero critical thinking.
Like, what? You've never thought of this before? You've never even thought about it? That's just too foreign to you? Instead, they're just caught up in everything else, distracted by the fact that you stapling that fucking garage door, you'll be replaced in a year and have nothing to do. You have no skills. You have no anything.
And we all know the more value you provide to society, the better off you're going to be. And if the only skills you have are replaceable, then you provide no value. You're going to be living.
What do you think will actually happen to people who are easily replaced today, or not proactive about
wondering-
making their lives better.
Because all of the prices for everything is going through the roof. It's going to get to the point where no one can afford anything, and then people are going to be losing their jobs because of the robot shit. How are people going to make money to pay off their house that they cannot afford because the mortgage is too much? Because everything's expensive.
I think people will be exterminated in silence, like internally. Like I don't think that people are going to walk around with laser guns and put people down like that. You know, like the government will knock on some government agent will knock on your door. You are useless. Like, I think it's more going to be like they're already doing it, making you infertile, making you docile, weak, so you conform to anything.
Yeah,
lowering your testosterone.
I reckon there'll be a big thing of like people become homeless because of the that, and then they'll get to that stage where they just kind of feel worth with themselves, and then they'll do who knows what after that. But like, it'll get to a stage where I don't think anyone will be able to afford a house.
I'm not sure. I think things will get cheaper.
No one can afford a house.
Exactly.
But
imagine when it gets
yeah. But I think things will get cheaper because, like you said, a lot of jobs will be replaced by cheaper options, which will make manufacturing costs less. So everything will get cheaper, and I think our generation, there's always people. It's never going to get out of like massively out of control.
Yeah.
But like you said, this generation doesn't want to have kids. The next generation is probably going to want to have kids less. So I think within 2 or 3 generations, the population is just going to massively decrease. It's not going to be like people are going to die, but we're just going to stop making more people.
Yeah.
And I think generationally, a population... And also, not to mention, suicide rates are at an all-time high. You think that's an accident?
Well, that's selfish, and that's what they want. They want you to be so involved in your own emotions, your own self, that you're not thinking about having kids or thinking about providing for a family. You don't give a shit because you're too caught up in your own emotions and what you're feeling and what you're going through. Everyone's so selfish these days, and that's what they want. Because... do you know how many people I've heard that just say, no, I don't want kids. I never want kids. Nah, it's my own life. I want to do my own thing. Yeah, which I think that's up to you, but I can't relate.
Yeah.
Have fun. I can't relate.
70, 80 years ago, men were having families and having kids early 20s. That was normal.
And that was the purpose of women.
Yeah, like late teens, early 20s, they were having kids. They were providing for families. Now, women don't want to have kids. Guys don't want to have kids.
My grandparents got married at 18 and had their first child at 20.
That's normal.
Like, that's like, imagine me having a kid.
That was normal.
Like, that was normal. Now it's like, really?
But it's not even set up for you to have a kid at this age because you can't even afford a house, let alone a kid.
Yeah, that's
what I'm saying.
Not
you
only
don't even
do
have the
people
option.
not want to, but even if they do want, it's like
this is another example of them just degenerizing everyone without anyone realizing. Like about as bizarre as it'll get is when we went through COVID and you went through the city and everyone was wearing masks. You'll see that in the history books and everything. People wearing masks. What the fuck is going on there? That's about as bizarre as it gets. But notice no one really even...
They didn't talk about it.
If you talked about it, you were insane.
I think that was just a big test to see. Let's see how much we can control the mass populace.
I mean, that was crazy, bro. We couldn't go outside.
Yeah, I know. And people would listen to the rules. Okay, so I know people that defended those rules like their life depended on it. Like they were absolutely brainwashed. Like, the brainwashing you see in cartoons? Like, it was that level. Yeah. Where people thought I was a bad person for trying to go outside.
Yeah, legit.
That is brainwashing. That is fucked.
Like, because we were, what, like 15? No, like 16, 17. Yeah. I remember Trish trying to go for a skate down the street and had cops, like, pulling up saying you can't be outside.
Yeah.
Like, to that.
And would fine you, take your money.
Yeah, we'll fine you because you're outside. And it's like, I said from the start with this whole COVID thing, I bet it's nothing. I bet it's just going to be a light cold. I haven't been fussed by it.
Dude, I've had COVID like 5 times. Every time I've gotten over it in 2 days.
Yeah.
That's not for everyone, but for me.
I got it pretty bad once, but the flu, I got absolutely fucked by it, and we didn't get locked down for that.
Dude, I'm worse after a heavy bench session.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? But, now everyone's forgotten about it.
Yeah.
So, they're playing successful. Yeah, there was like a few...
I didn't get a graduation.
There was
I missed out on year 12.
Yeah, you missed out on education.
What other year misses out on a whole year of education? Do you know how many businesses shut down?
Oh,
the economy fucking collapsed, bro.
Yeah.
They did that. They can just do that. They can do that.
Now they know that everyone will just forget about it anyway. It's all... Yeah. You're all just blindfolded and they're doing these things without you realising. Like, every time you eat a packet of Doritos, that's just another chance that you're not having kids. And that might sound bizarre coming out of my mouth now.
There used to be a worldwide average of 5 children per woman. in 1950.
Whoa.
In 2020, that average has fallen to 2.
What about now?
Average kids, but also 11% of women and 9% of men are infertile.
That is crazy.
And what was it?
So 1 in 10.
It doesn't say what it was.
Well, actually, no. In couples, 2 in 10.
But the average child per person has more than halved.
Yeah. So there you go.
And that's in
50%.
That's in 70 years.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm not complaining.
So another,
population,
well, exactly. But
The people
if
who
you're
are
replaceable-
succeeding aren't complaining.
if you're replaceable, you're fucked.
Yeah.
You're fucked. Like,
But I think people don't realize back in the day, the biggest thing was having kids, raising a family, and
That's
having
not
that
valuable anymore.
that's not valuable anymore. Now it's all about yourself, making your own money, women empower, equality and shit like that.
Go out, have fun.
Go out, have fun.
Yeah. Get as smashed as possible.
Get dick down to the point where you don't love anyone. You know what I mean?
That's how it is, bro. And there's no value in starting a family anymore. No one values that. And if you're someone that actually wants that, you're gonna have a very fucking hard time trying to get
bro.
that these days.
Yeah, bro.
Imagine actually trying to settle down with a woman and say, "I want a family. I want kids." Good luck, man.
Yeah.
Good luck. You're
With
cheated on.
most, yeah.
Yeah, literally, bro.
Yeah, it's very hard to find a girl who is very like is
Just
like
not-
almost it's like respects herself, like doesn't just go around looking for men who fuck her, and actually wants to have her life set up good as well. It's very hard to
Well,
find.
by the time these women get older and they want that, no men want them because they've been ran through.
Yeah, I know.
You know what I mean? And that's just the harsh
Well,
reality.
it's happening now with like girls that are like 30 years old. They're realizing like all of the good men are taken.
It's like, I'm sorry, if you've been fucked by 50 guys, there's not a lot of guys that will take you seriously. And I'm so sorry. That's just how it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
It's not even like I don't know. It's not even the fact that heaps of guys have been in them. It's just something I just don't really.
It's not.
I don't know why. I just don't.
Men find it revolting.
There's never been one time in history that being promiscuous has been valued or rewarded.
Well, why would it be?
It's never been. And it still isn't.
These women die lonely. It's how it is.
Yeah.
Even like guys.
Oh, guys are the same. Guys are no
I
better.
reckon guys are worse in a way.
You got the worst.
It's very different.
It's different.
I've got an opinion
but
on
still,
this.
I don't think
It's still not
running
healthy
around
for either
catching
gender.
100 bodies is healthy for your mental health or
Well, it's literally been
also
proven.
and also yeah.
The more people you're with,
Yeah.
the more likely you're gonna get divorced. In
Yeah,
the future.
Like, good luck trying to lock down an actual family and have,
Or even
kids
just have
eventually in the
even
future.
just have a healthy pair bond. Like the amount of guys that just get disrespected by their women is like it boggles my mind.
Yeah.
You ever eavesdrop on people in public?
Yeah.
And you just listen to the way that they're talking to each other?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I
Just don't love each other.
I heard some guy, I heard some woman call her boyfriend a fat cunt, and he just laughed. Are you taking that, brother?
I get teasing. I get playing
that,
around.
yeah, it could be funny, but like, I don't know, man. Personally, I wouldn't take that.
I saw like at work yesterday. I saw this this guy was holding two, what are they called? The fucking basket things full, and she was walking in front with a fucking handbag and high heels, and he's like, and she's like, "Oh, can you get more onions?" And he's just like looking at his arms like, "Get it!" Like he was just stuck in a position. I'm like, I prayed for him, like poor guy.
Okay, so getting away from that conversation, let's talk about how, as an average person, you can take advantage of this AI takeover.
So, make sure whatever skills you have, they aren't easily replaceable. Start your own business for sure. Start your own business. Make your own money. Don't rely on someone else to pay you because they might one day realize, I don't want to pay you. I'd rather just buy this robot.
Yeah.
I'd rather just buy this robot. It's better return on investment. Like, they don't care about you.
If you have your own business, it's honestly better because you're not paying for other people. Like you probably bring more profit in because you're using AI.
Well, as the business owner, you'll be using AI.
You're in the fucking.
I mean,
even if it gets to the point where AI learns off,
Yeah.
I don't think business owners will be affected by that because people still have to use their business to survive.
Yeah.
Or if to get shit they want to get.
I've already got AI tools in my business that I would have to employ people to do beforehand.
Exactly.
We know this, Will. We had someone make our clips, do all of our short forms. We said, why would I do that when I can get an AI tool to do it for next to nothing?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And then just picture that.
That would have been an industry.
Yeah. Picture that scenario with every other business.
Mm-hmm.
It's like if you're, like you said before, stapling garage doors. If you're the employee in that situation, you're fucked because the business owner's just going to go, I'm paying you $40,000 a year but I could just buy this robot for $10,000 and get a better investment over 5 years.
Yeah, like if you're making you have your own clothing company. Instead of hiring a designer, you just go on AI and say, "I want."
You can already do that.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying, and then you just put it to a manufacturer and they do it.
Yep.
So
Like this shit.
yeah, I think the biggest play right now is just having the business collecting the money, and the AI are your workers.
I mean,
The AI is going to be the employees.
It's never been easier to start a professional business these days because you can supercharge it with AI.
Yeah.
You know, the plan would be for you guys, find your passion or your interest, start a business, supercharge it with AI to get started.
Yeah.
And that is how you get that, because we all the other old business owners have only just come across these tools too. And so have you. So you have that advantage starting off.
All right, let me pitch you a crazy theory.
Okay.
So I think with AI, it's going to level the playing field heaps. With small businesses and big businesses. It's going to level the playing field. So I think there's going to be a lot more businesses. There's going to be a lot more business owners. And I think it's going to return somewhat to the days of, you know how way back in the days, everyone would just be a business owner. You just have a blacksmith, you'd have a butcher, you'd have a grocer, a grocery, you'd have a baker. Everyone would have their own businesses for their specific things. There was a lot less employees and more
sole traders.
Traders, yeah. And I think it's gonna because the money's still gonna be moving around. There's still gonna be money rivers, and there's gonna be people having to collect money and spend money. And AI can't collect money. AI can't own a business. So I think not everyone, but I think there'll be a lot more business owners that are just using AI for their specific skill, and then everyone's just.
But that means people will have to provide more value in general, because these sole traders, they were more knowledgeable. They knew more things than like some employee who has one task.
Yeah, exactly.
So it'll be only the intelligent people that survive.
That's what I think. I think the people who can actually manage a company and can use AI properly, they're going to be the ones that are going to thrive. And I think there's going to be way more companies providing the same services, but a lot more variety, because everyone's got access to these insane AI tools.
I mean, on the back end, you could have 100 AI workers working for you for $10.
Exactly.
You know, you could have emails being sent out every day, 10 short forms a day, 10 long forms a day, newsletters, shirts being designed, all on the back end.
I think it's hard to grasp your head around, but yeah, I think it'll definitely level the playing fields, because right now, massive businesses have a huge advantage because they've got heaps of employees with all sorts of skill sets. And small businesses, they've got smaller budgets, they can't hire the best people, they can't use the best equipment. But AI is cheap. AI is also the best of the best. Like, it's the best information. Can get the best it can get the best information from everywhere. So, and everyone's pretty much gonna have access to it.
AI is better than any employee because it learns way faster and it's more intelligent.
And small businesses are gonna have way more access to tools than they used to have.
Now you said it, I think there's gonna be like heaps of little businesses. But the ones that will stand out is those big businesses. Yeah. Is that what you're trying to say?
No, I'm trying to say things are going to be less monopolized.
Yeah.
Like, there's not going to be these massive companies.
Have we not already seen the economy kind of go towards more of a sole trader route with all these content creators?
It will be.
You know, you already see Mr. Beast on the front of petrol stations. You already see Prime Drinks in Woolworths. You know, the creators and the sole traders will be the future of the industries rather than these big brands that have been around for 20 years.
It's not. I think it's going to go more back to that sole trader thing. Like, you can be a content creator with 10 subscribers and make content similar to someone with 100,000 subscribers.
Yeah, for sure.
It's never been like that, because you can use AI to just make the clips, make the subtitles, do the video editing. Like, the tools are crazy now.
So the message is, for God's sake, don't be ignorant on the tools provided.
Use them.
You won't have an option.
Yeah.
Give it 5 years. If you're not using AI, like, employees are dated, man.
It's even like for me now. Why would I write a script and I can get AI to do the structure for me, and I just change a few little words?
And not just any structure, the optimal structure.
The best structure with the best information, the best format. I can say, give me a script for a short form video with an attention grabbing hook that is optimized for viewer retention, and it's just going to give me the perfect little paragraph. Now, you can say...
Not plagiarized, by the way.
Also, not copied and pasted from anywhere. It's its own individual thing.
Yeah,
it's insane.
You could type the same prompt 3 times and give you something different.
Yeah, that's yeah.
Well, I could say, give me 600 video ideas, and just go. You can't do that with Google or any of the other. You look that up with Google, and everyone's got the same. Everyone's got the same first link to a blog with 50 advertisements that you have to get behind a little paywall, turn your ad blocker off, all this fucking shit.
I think people should invest in servers. I think people need to invest in servers and computers
Computers, definitely.
to run their employees.
I tell this to everyone, bro. If you don't have a fucking decked out gaming PC, you're gonna fall apart. You can do everything with that. Mm-hmm. You can do everything.
Even me, I think about like getting another computer or upgrading that computer so I can run more shit on it. You know what I mean?
Run a whole fucking.
I got a whole little
an AI thing.
AI, like a whole fucking AI businesses, like they're legitimately a thing.
That's what I think it'll be.
Look up on ChatGPT right now if you're home. Top 10 business models for this industry in 2023, and give me the most successful result.
For fuck's sake, you don't even need ChatGPT. You can go on Snapchat right now. Well, let me test something out. So,
Live test.
You got my AI.
You've all got Snapchat. I know you all waste your time on it.
Right.
Why don't you use it to build a business?
I'll look up. Give me. I'm gonna say my AI. Give me 10. Actually, no. Give me 10 talking topics on a podcast about AI. All right. He's thinking. Boom. All right.
Oh my god.
Number 1, impact of AI on our daily lives. 2, ethical considerations in AI development. AI in healthcare, the future of work in AI automation, AI and privacy, AI in... Like, that was so quick.
Yeah, you would have
That
had
would have taken me... How long?
Yeah.
5 different websites. We'd have to go through so many, like, turning off ad blockers and trying to find, like, actual... Like, boom, that's it. That's all I needed to do. It's on Snapchat. Everyone's got Snapchat.
Yeah.
It's crazy how accessible this stuff
AI
is.
isn't some buzzword from the past that's just being thrown around like an NFT or something. It's here right now, and you have to utilize it. Is what people don't realize. People hear AI and it's like, AI. No, AI.
That's how I was at the start.
It's here.
I was like, AI, fuck.
Yeah, it's like, what's this now? Yeah.
NFT, AI, crypto, shut up. But this is here to stay.
Yeah.
It's here to stay. It's massive. Changes everything.
Dude, it really is Terminator. Like, it really is.
It's Terminator.
Terminator.
It's for the capability.
This is I know this is a bit like nerdy shit, but the fucking Terminator. This is how it started,
Yeah.
and then it became.
I haven't seen the movie.
I'm not sure.
No, this is how it started. This exact shit is how Terminator started, and then it realized humans are bad for the Earth and started killing them. This is how it started on the
Terminator
movie.
manifested
This
reality.
is how it started. This is scary, mate.
So,
Head's petrified.
no,
Nah.
do you think, like, the whole massive push towards mass extermination is, do you think it's just how it's going to play out, or do you think it's on purpose? Do you think there's some higher up that is pushing it in that direction? What's the mission?
To make an efficient human race. We're always driven towards efficiency. If we don't need 8 billion people, then we just cut that back. We'll just put estrogen in the water, make sure everyone's infertile, make sure everyone doesn't even want kids.
Let's implement these distractions so they don't even know.
Yeah.
Here's COVID. Think about that for fucking 10 years.
Exactly. And then while they're doing that, we'll fucking work on this AI thing. We'll fund all these AI developers, and then boom, we've just got little robots to do all the tasks, so that then us rich people and us business owners have the easiest lives possible.
It's actually scary of how much people can be manipulated. Like, I saw this test the government did, or whatever the fuck. They got 100 agents, and then they got one normal guy, and they gave all the agents an apple and said, "This is a banana." And then that went along the whole thing. They were saying, banana. And then they gave it to the one normal guy who didn't know these were all agents and looked at the apple and went, like, he didn't believe his own. He goes, "Oh, it must be a banana then. If I just must be hallucinating."
Oh, it's
and he said banana because he's like, all of these people have said it. I must just.
There was another experiment very similar where they hired a bunch of actors to go in one of the doctor's receptions, or the bay where you wait.
Yeah.
And there would be like a beep that would go off on the speaker, just some random tone. It would go beep. And all the actors would stand up off their seat for like 3 seconds and then sit back down whenever that beep happened. All of them would do it. There was like 5 in the room. They would do it. And this other guy that's not an actor would just like, what the fuck's going on here? And Gets up every time the beep goes.
Yeah.
Just stand up like, what the fuck?
This must be
Didn't
what-
ask questions, nothing.
Yeah. No, it's so easy to manipulate people. And I think you said it before, it's that whole like tribe thing. People want to stay in
It's
the
a hive
tribe.
mind because you're safer that way.
Yeah, exactly.
But are you? You know what I mean?
Exactly.
And like when you're like, who are easy to manipulate? Let's be honest. Like, who are easy to like
Weak
fall
people.
for a belief?
Weak people.
Women. What do women have? Estrogen.
Oh, weak people in general.
That's what I'm saying though. Weak people in general. Oh, I don't want to say weak, but like more feminine people, which is realistically what
emotionally controlled.
Emotionally controlled.
Well, yeah, weak people, because you don't think weak people are going to go off and do their own thing.
When they went to the whole COVID thing, they would instill fear into women. You know, they would emotionally charge them with things like think about your grandma, think about, you know, they would do that on purpose so that, you know, you would know women that would fucking morally.
Those are the ones that bash me the most.
Who would bash you for it?
Listen to the rules. Listen to the rules. They're the ones that post those like those like shit like save fucking blah 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 on their stories.
Save the old people.
Yeah, or
my 90-year-old grandfather died from COVID. 90 years old.
These women that just repost these fucking like these what do you call them? Just little quote things like this and this on their stories because it's just manipulation.
Yeah,
it's like fucking.
I mean, the government know what they're doing when they emotionally charge you like that. It was like when Dan Andrews said, "Everyone get back on the beers," because he wanted to instill like excitement in all the losers. You know, we're back on the beer. It's all fun, yeah, boys. It's like, no, you just locked everyone down for a year and made everyone depressed and kill themselves. Like, how many people killed themselves because of COVID?
And this is how AI is going to make it worse, because imagine if AI learns, well, it's already probably learned how to manipulate people.
I'm going to look it up right now. How do I manipulate some? I probably won't, because there's safety implications on the Snapchat one.
Yeah, well, AI can slowly make, because now we know AI can make videos and make it seem like a person.
How do I manipulate?
Like, imagine if Andrew Tate wasn't even a real fucking person.
How do I manipulate someone to...
Sorry, but I can't assist you with that.
I mean, at least AI has more...
Do in brackets for education.
Oh.
For educational purposes only. Oh, here we go. So like it's weird because they've got manipulating someone is not ethical or respectful. It's important to focus on building healthy and genuine relationships based on trust and mutual understanding. If you're interested in... So it's a blue-pilled AI.
Okay, what about AI dark web version?
Because I think the Snapchat version is somewhat censored.
Yeah.
So it's AI, but ethical and safe. Advertiser friendly.
Ethical. Look at you turn the ethical switch off.
Yeah, exactly. Anyway, that's pretty much all there is to it. Use it to your advantage.
We will have more of an understanding on AI as it plans out, and we're always seeking new information on AI and how we can implement it into our businesses. And look, you've got to keep tabs on it, because you're going to fall behind. Even us, you know, what we've talked about today is only the surface. Like, only the shit we know and what most other people know.
This is only like gym bro theoretical shit.
Yeah.
Elon Musk has talked about it before.
Oh, Elon Musk is, he's all over. He wants to actually
ban it.
Not ban it, but he wants to have precautions around it. Have like an off switch, if you know what I mean.
I don't think there's any hope in putting an off switch on AI. It'll never. It's technology. You know, there's always going to be that curious politician or that curious higher up that's just, no, I want more.
I want to see where this goes.
I want to see where this goes, though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? That's always going to happen. We're all fucked. Make yourself irreplaceable.
I have a bunker for myself.
Yeah.
Make your bunker. Hire servers.
Start your own business.
Invest in servers.
Yeah.
And robots.
I think your best option to safeguard yourself from it is just to start your own business.
Yeah, for sure.
Because if you're a business owner, there's always going to be cash. There's always going to be cash flowing around. Mm-hmm. But if you're an easily replaceable employee, you're fucked.
And it's never been easy to start a business either, you know?
Because there's AI.
Yeah.
But it's also, in a way, harder because everyone's in such a degenerate state.
Yeah.
It's fucking hard for people to get going because everyone's so like, I need shit going on now.
Yeah, there's only going to be a small
So it's kind of
portion.
even in a way because it's like,
Yeah, there's like people who watch this podcast to the end and are getting these points and just understanding them thoroughly are going to be ones that succeed.
The 1%.
But some people who just go, that podcast is gay, AI, whatever, they reject everything, just push everything away because they don't want to actually critically think for 1 second. Yeah. They'll lose, and that's all right. We'll always have those people in this world.
Makes it easier.
They can be replaced by AI chatbot 1-853-8678.
Yeah, they can flip burgers,
and then they can fucking die from like I don't know.
COVID.
Testicle collapse or something because they've said.
Oh yeah, or also testicle cancer.
Yeah, or some shit like that.
But I'm looking out for this shit. I'm trying not to drink tap water. I'm not eating the packaged food. Even though those donuts do